Some of you may know that when I introduce myself, I rarely use my last name. You see, 39 years in Arizona, doing selfless work, not me, I'm not 39 years old. Your name precedes you. I can always count on someone knowing my father. When people finally hear my last name, it's always an amazing thing to hear what they know or where they know my father from. Just a few weeks ago, a person called me up. I was a reference for someone on a job. And they were asking me questions. And then at the end he says, "Tell me, is your dad Rabbi Zalman Levertov?" And of course I said yes. And he tells me he has some very fond memories when he used to go to Central High School and leaving once a week during the lunch hour with Jewish students to have salami sandwiches and schmooze with the rabbi in a rented room right off the campus. He did mention to me on that phone that if you describe that to anybody today and say some rabbi in a hotel room off the campus, salami sandwiches, you might get arrested. But in those days, this is something that people notice. You see, many CEOs delegate and might not do the heavy lifting. My parents are as involved as every Chabad shliach in the state of Arizona, traveling far and near. Prescott, before there was a shliach, before Rabbi Filler and his wife moved there, my father went there every single month to teach a class. Sedona, my father still goes every other week to teach a class. And it's in the local Jewish Community Center with the rabbi included at that class. My parents travel. They're available, giving their time at all hours of the day. It is because of this that they truly need no introduction. Please give a warm welcome to my father, the Regional Director of Chabad of Arizona.
Thank you. Moshe the tailor didn't make such a great living until he became the tailor of the king. And as a tailor for the king, he became well-to-do. One day, the king walks in when his wife is paying the tailor. And the tailor says, "Thank God." The king wasn't sure he heard right. He waited for the next time she was paying, and again he said, "Thank God." The king became very angry and said, "I don't want to ever see you on this premises again. You have to thank my wife, not God." And he kicked him out. It was a few months before Pesach. And as the days went on to start a new profession, he couldn't. He was a tailor. To start with new community, he wasn't going to move. And everyone in that community already had a tailor, so he was struggling. And slowly was selling off everything in his house. Came the night before Pesach. He's searching his house for chametz, not much to look for. Goes to sleep, not knowing yet where the seder will come from. And he hears a bang in the window. The window was busted, didn't have any lights like we have. Goes over and he looks on the floor, there's a shiny coin. Lights a match and he sees there's a dead monkey that just came through the window. So he picks up the monkey to take it to the trash, and coins of gold coins were coming out of this monkey. When he finished taking all the coins, couldn't sleep that night, and the next morning he made a beautiful seder, invited all the poor people who didn't have where to go, and sat down by the seder. In the middle of the seder, there's a knock on the door, and the king walks in. And the king looks around, where do you get all this money? Where did you make the seder from? Where do you have all these people here? I know that you left us, you had no money. He says, God provided. Thank God. He says, how? He says, I don't know. A monkey was thrown into our bedroom, and there was a lot of gold coins. And the king started to laugh, but he couldn't control. He was sitting the night before in a study, counting his gold coins. And the monkey was on top of him, eating the gold coins. And that's how it passed on. And he said, throw it to Moshe the tailor. We all have to thank God for everything we have. And there are times that we forget, and we think that I'm the one who built Chabad. I'm the one who brought out the shluchim here. I'm the one who has the children working with us. No. It's everything a bracha from the Rabbi Shalom. So I want to take this moment, as we do every year, and thank Hashem for all the brachas that He bestowed upon myself, my wife and kids, and our community. Thank Hashem for all of you who are partners with us in the work of Chabad and reaching out. And the Eibusher should give to each and every one of us Meyadai Hamleya, Hapsucha V'Akdeisha V'Rechava Ad B'Lidai. God should give us an abundance of everything we need and all the blessings that we won't know what to do with it. I want to thank everyone who is here today for your support of the past, present, and future. And I would like to point out, although Levi brought out the points a few times, what is really the difference between Chabad and different outreach organizations? There are many of them. Even Phoenix is growing with them. Every community is growing. A man came to the Rebbe once and wanted to give the Rebbe nachas. And he turns to the Rebbe, hoping the Rebbe will give him a big smile. And he says, I'm working with Kiruv Rechakim. I'm working with Jews who are far from Yiddishkeit. The Rebbe became very serious. And the Rebbe said, no Jew is far from Yiddishkeit. Every Jew is close to God. Every Jew has a divine soul from Hashem. And all of us are equal in the eyes of Hashem. Chabad is reaching out to bring out that closeness that we have to Hashem and to ignite the spark, not by force or anything, but through example, through programs, and give Jews a chance throughout the state to do whatever they can on whatever level they want in Yiddishkeit. Chabad of Arizona is into developing, not just doing the programs of Chabad that we all do throughout the state, but as we mentioned before, developing new areas, being there for the shluchim that are there, hoping to fulfill more dreams that it has. When we built the building, it was in 1989. 1990 we moved in. The Rebbe came out with a call in 1989 that every Chabad house should expand. If you rent, you buy. If you have a building, you expand. We spent $20,000 for an expansion on 5036 East Maryland. Then the Rebbe said to all the shluchim and balabatim that support Chabad, the shluchim should not be with their mind as they are in Khayil, but they should have a business head, and the balabatim have to help. Don't build a center that will be just for what you need now. Build a center that you can grow. Well, today, in 2016, we outgrew what we have. So we have dreams of expanding. We have the Alphabet preschool on the premises that doesn't have any room. We have Friendship Circle that has programs on our premises on a regular basis. And we have to move around things because there's no room. We have the same thing with camp, that we don't have any room for the children to come. And Smile on Seniors doesn't have room. And as we go on and we grow, not just for the local community, but in the greater picture, we need to focus and to start thinking of more of the expansion. And that is of the dreams of Chabad, of Arizona, and God willing, with everybody's help over here, we'll be able to do it and continue to grow together with everyone, and we'll be able to merit Mashiach now.